this article from divinecosmos.com, Chapter 8, The Transformation of the Solar System. 8.1, The Changes of the Heliosphere. This article alludes, well, seems to be, in my mind, it seems to correlate with what Sheldan, Nidle and Greg Braden are going on about, but you do have to remember that at the bottom of this 8.1 it says this new model has major differences. Well, here, let me read a little bit of this towards the bottom. Here it is, third last paragraph. In this chapter, we will make the strongest single case ever that our solar system, Heliosphere, is moving into an area of higher etheric energy density within the local interstellar medium, or LISM. NASA would loosely define the LISM as the space medium, i.e. etheric energy in this model, between the stars in our local area of the galaxy. In our model, this could be roughly thought of as a dimensional shift that is already underway, though the term matter-energy density shift is preferable. As we move into this new field of energy in the galaxy, tremendous changes occur in the Sun, the planets, and the Sun's gigantic magnetic field which surrounds the entire system. And human pollution-induced global warming has very little influence on this process. This, in brackets, this new model has major differences from the channel photon belt theory as well, and should not be seen as supporting most aspects of it, such as the monastic ring. Now in 8.2, the breakthroughs of Dr. Heliosphere Dmitriev. He goes on more about this etheric energy and how it's affecting things. It's quite interesting, so I might just read that now. A good portion of the material in this chapter was gleaned from the work by Dr. Heliosphere Dmitriev entitled Planetophysical State of the Earth and Life, which was originally authored in 1997 and updated and translated into English in 1998. Dr. Dmitriev is a professor of geology and mineralogy and the chief scientific member of the United Institute of Geology, Geophysics and Mineralogy within the Siberian Department of the Russian Academy of Sciences. Dmitriev is an expert on global ecology and fast processing Earth events, and a series of his articles have been translated into English and posted at www.tmgnow.com. Much of the material in this chapter is also similar in its sequence and factual content to our Friday night science presentation in the Time of Global Shift National Seminar Tour. Dmitriev's study begins by pointing out that the now government acknowledged changes in the basic physics and behaviours of the Earth are becoming irreversible. Strong evidence suggests that these changes are caused by our movement into what Dmitriev calls a highly charged material and energetic non-uniformity, or what we would refer to as a higher density of etheric energy in nearby local interstellar space, the LISM. This previously unforeseen highly charged energetic material is now being absorbed into the interplanetary area of our solar system, creating hybrid processes and excited energy states in all planets as well as the Sun. The observable effects of this transformation on Earth include an acceleration in our magnetic pole shift, a change in the vertical and horizontal content and distribution of ozone in the atmosphere, and an ever-increasing magnitude and frequency of major catastrophic events. One important point that Dmitriev stresses is that this is not just his own hypothesis. A great number of specialists in climatology, geophysics, planetophysics, and heliophysics are tending towards a cosmic causative sequence version for what is happening. Indeed, events of the last decade give strong evidence of unusually significant heliospheric and planetophysical transformations. Emphasis added. Furthermore, Dmitriev acknowledges that changes we have observed are forcing a completely different and more highly integrated view of the cosmos to the discussion table. In this new model, the climatic and biosphere processes here on Earth through a tightly connected feedback system are directly impacted by and linked back to the general overall transformational processes taking place in our solar system. We must begin to organise our attention and thinking to understand that climatic changes on Earth are only part or link in a whole change of events taking place in the heliosphere. Emphasis added again. The case for such an energetic interconnectedness has already been well established in our previous chapters. Another important quote says that these tendencies of rapid catastrophic changes on Earth may be traced in the direction of a growth in planetary energy capacitance, which leads to a highly excited or charged state in some of Earth's systems. In the etheric cosmology that we have presented so far in this book, any spherical vortex of ether, such as the Earth's luminous plasma core, is capable of absorbing and discharging energy much like a capacitor would do in an electronic circuit. As established in previous chapters, luminous plasma is strong electromagnetic as well as torsion field gravispin radiation. Dmitriev concludes that the most intense transformations in the solar system are taking place in the planetary gas plasma envelopes, and that these transformations are directly associated with how life on Earth, the biosphere, is able to function. The gas plasma envelope is the combined entity of the layers of our atmosphere, our ionosphere of charged particles, and the planet's magnetic field composition, such as the Van Allen belts. The excessive energy runoff is becoming increasingly visible in the following ways. In the ionosphere by plasma generation, in the magnetosphere by magnetic storms, in the atmosphere by cyclones. All of these high-energy atmospheric phenomena are now becoming more frequent, intense, and changed in their nature. The material composition of the gas plasma envelope is also being transformed. All of these points will be touched upon again later in the chapter. One of Dmitriev's key concerns in this study is the effect that these changes will have on all life forms on the Earth. Using very carefully crafted language, Dmitriev ultimately shows an appreciation for the fact that these changes could lead to a spontaneous mass evolution of humanity as we now know it, creating new and deeper qualities of life, new organismic possibilities of perfection. The adaptive responses of the biosphere and humanity to these new conditions may lead to a total global revision of the range of species and life on Earth. New and deeper qualities of life itself may come forth, bringing the new physical state on the Earth into an equilibrium with the new organismic possibilities of development, reproduction, and perfection. The current period of transformation is transient, and the transition of life's representatives to the future may take place only after a deep evaluation of what it will take to comply with these new earthly biospheric conditions. Therefore, it is not only the climate that is becoming new, but we as human beings are experiencing a global change in the vital processes of living organisms or life itself, which is another link in the total process. We cannot treat such things separately or individually. As stated, part 2 of this book will deal specifically with the connection between etheric energy, consciousness, and biology, which will help us understand the truth behind Dimitriev's words. We will establish that the changes we are now witnessing are identical to previous phases of mass evolution of conscious life forms on Earth, as per Stephen Jay Gould's theory of punctuated equilibrium. These energetic changes do directly affect the structure of the DNA molecule. If you want more, just go to my channel, youtube.com/thankyouwhitenights.